Is it just me or that this breakfast is giving the Odogu vibe? I mean, just look at it. Look at it. Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of Kitchen Chronicles with Fumi. On this episode, we're going to show you how we made this delicious pancakes. Sit back and watch because we have a secret ingredient that we added, and I'm sure you want to find out, so stay tuned. These are our ingredients: our eggs, our milk, our flour, our plantain, which is a special ingredient we'll be adding, our pineapple juice, and our sugar and our salt. You want to go ahead and add all the dried ingredients into one bowl, starting with the flour. You mix your flour. You ensure you put enough quantity. If you have a measuring spoon, you can go ahead and measure, but at this point I was just using my discretion. Your sugar, I just added like 2 tablespoons of sugar. You go ahead and then you add your salt, just a pinch of salt, and then you go ahead and mix properly. You mix the dried ingredients together. Ensure that it is properly mixed. When I mean properly mixed, you mix it properly because you don't want the sugar to be excess on one side or the salt tasting in one place like that. So you mix everything properly. When that is done, when you have properly mixed it, you put it aside. Yes, you put it aside and then get ready to mix the wet ingredients. For the wet ingredients, you get your bowl and then you get your eggs and you break your eggs into your plate or your bowl, whatever you are using. Once that is done, you want to whisk it. You could use a whisking spoon if you have, or you could use your fork. So once that is done, you get another bowl and then you slice your plantain, your ripe plantain, and then you go ahead to make it into a paste by mashing it. Once that is done, you go ahead and you take your milk. As you can see, I'm using my favorite milk cham. It's a fresh milk, pure milk, no preservative. So you go ahead and you add your milk. You could use a powdered milk if you have, but I would tell you get this milk, it's actually good. So you use it, you add your milk to your egg, you add your milk to your egg and you mix properly. And we added our pineapple juice. As you can see, freshly extracted pineapple juice. You could add as much as you want just to give it an unusual flavor. That's all I'm about, to give it an unusual flavor. So you add your pineapple juice. If you don't have, it's fine, it's not compulsory. Then we added our plantain into our wet ingredient. We added our plantain, our mashed plantain, into our wet ingredient, and you mix. You still would have the lumps of the plantain, but it doesn't matter. It even makes it more interesting. So you add it to your dried ingredient. You go ahead and add. You keep adding until you get that consistency that you're looking for. If you want it thick, fine. If you want it just normal, like me, you just want it to be consistent, it's up to you what you want. So you go ahead and you add your wet ingredients, you add your milk and everything, your egg. You keep adding until you're satisfied. When you get to that point where you're satisfied with the consistency, then you can stop adding. So next you want to go ahead and add your oil. I'm using the golden terra oil. You could use butter if you don't have oil. So you add your oil and then you mix. So you make sure your pan is on fire and on low heat because you don't want it to burn, and you can use a non-sticking pan. You put your batter in your pan once it's hot enough for that. You repeat this process as many times as possible until you finish frying. And there you have it. Our breakfast is ready. Just look at it. You could use any topping of your choice. I just decided to use pineapple because I still had that. And if you have no syrup, you can use your honey. I used the minute honey. This simple recipe, you could create this marvelous breakfast. Thank you for watching. Hope you subscribe, like, and share. Thank you.